to save money, we have to understand the interest. Okay, we have to understand interest. We have to understand the annuity, how to save money. Okay. And spend the money is all about loans. Okay, so there are many loans, and how do we deal with those loans so we can save more money? Okay, so ideally, we save money, we spend the money, so we save more money, and then we get more money, and then we get rich. Okay, so the idea is like that. All right, interest. Okay, there are two types of interest. So let me see. It is a simple interest and the compound interest. Okay, so we did a little bit of a simple interest last time, and we continue to do simple interest and compound. Compound interest is a little bit complicated. So each section, so section here, 1, section 2, section 3, and then loans, I subdivide into like 4 sections. So there are sections. So in this chapter, finance, we have like 7, 8 sections. It's individual loans, student loan, credit card loans, mortgage loans, okay, and the car loans, and then just name it. So there are many loans in this. The only thing that we do not discuss in this class is stocks and stocks, options, those things. It's a vitality. It's kind of a move around. It's not stable. So we don't do those, but we do anything fixed. We are doing. Okay, so last time we have learned a couple of things. So I want to go over those. Okay, we have learned a couple of things. I want to go over to see. So right here, I want to go over the review of what we have here. I want to go over that. So in simple interest, I want to go with this. Okay, and there are many letters, so I want to point it out. I, P, R, T, A. There are many letters. Okay, so later on, there are many letters are coming, and instead of memorize like this, okay, it's too much. So instead, okay, I want you to do with a parent. P, A, R, N, T. Okay, parent. And I, parent and I. Mention this, parent and I. And those are the basic letters of this finance. Okay, those are the basic letter of the finance. So let's understand the meaning of each individual. So P, principal, beginning amount. P is a principal, beginning amount. Amount you deposit, amount you borrow. Okay, so beginning amount. So beginning amount of loan, beginning amount savings, anything beginning. Okay. A. Okay, A is accumulate balance. Letter begin with A. Accumulate balance, account balance. Okay, future value. So P is amount we deposit, beginning with. A is after. So if you deposit into a savings account, A, you have a certain amount higher after. Okay, so you have amount you return. If you borrow P, okay, so suppose you loaned $10,000. After 5 years later, then you have a certain amount with the interest. So that's a future value. So A is the future amount. R is a rate. Rate always begin with the percent. You have to convert percent to the decimal. This is why we spend so much time on percent, rate, fractions, or whatever that is. Okay, so percent convert to the decimal. N, on the other hand, we do not use N in a simple interest. N use compound interest. Okay, so N is number of interest paid per year. So monthly payment N equal to 12. Weekly payment N equal to 52. Daily payment N equal to 365. But simple interest we don't really care that. Okay, so simple interest we don't need it. Okay, T is the time being. Okay, so it's a time, T. So as you see, all these letters are the first letter of the wording, and we are repeat those letters. It's because it's easy to follow. T based on year, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. If it's a month, you convert to the year, okay? If it's days, convert to the year. Everything converted to year, okay? Everything converted to the year. I is interest. I is interest. I is interest. So in a simple interest, we have two formulas. I equal to PRT. A equal to P times 1 plus RT. And this is what we have from last time, okay? I equal to PRT, A equal to P times 1 plus RT. Okay, I equal to PRT, A equal to P times 1 plus RT. So when can we use whichever is asking? If asking I, we use the first formula. If the question is asking for A, we use the second formula. Depend on what is given. You understand this? Depend on what is given. All right, so those formulas will be given during the exam. So you don't have to memorize the formula, but you have to know when to use, how to use. All right, so I want you to look at page 27. Okay, so all of you turn to page 27. Okay, let's go over those problems together. Page 27. All right, page 27. Okay, so yellow book, turn to page 27. Let's go over this. 2.4. You borrow 2,500 from a friend, promise to pay back 26.55 in 6 months. What interest rate will you pay? All right, so the beauty of math is write it out all these letters, right? So P, A, R, N, T, I, okay? So P, beginning amount, 2,500 that we borrow. 6 months after, we pay back 26.55. That's what you said, 6 months. But remember, T is time being based on a year. 6 months is how many years? Okay, so it's a 6 over 12. It's a 12 month, or we can have 1/2 years. Do you understand this? It's always right in terms of a year. R is a question mark. Did you see that? Simple interest rate. So PART, we have a two formula. I equal to PRT, A equal to P times 1 plus RT. It's clearly A equal to P times 1 plus RT is the right formula to apply. And let's substitute all these letters. Remember, we made it assign those numbers into the letter. So we have 26.55, which is 2,500, 1 plus point, I don't know what's point, okay, so let's say R times 1/2, okay, so instead of 0.5, I write it 1/2. Can we solve this equation? Okay. Let's have a plan. How do we solve this equation? Anybody? How do we solve this equation? Caitlin, how do you solve this equation?
Divide by the I plus R times 1/2.
This is 1, okay? This is 1. Because it's R is unknown number. Okay, R is unknown number. We need to find R here. Okay.
Divide by 1/2.
Because 1/2 is in the inside the parentheses. So let me give you an idea. So I want to divide 2,500 on both sides. How about that? This can be canceled out.
Okay.
All right, so we have 1 plus 1/2 R on one side of the equation, and you all have a calculator. 26.55 over 2,500. It's 1 point, what number? Okay.
It's a 1.062.
0.062. Okay, here's one tip. For this finance chapter, okay, when you compute all those the decimal places, right? If you have like a 10 decimal places in the middle of the computation, you keep all 10 decimal places. you do not convert to 2 decimal or 3 decimals in the middle of steps. You carry every single decimal places until the end. And at the end, we convert to the cent. But meanwhile, all this, okay, keep in mind, all this decimal places has to be kept. All right, so from this, what do we solve? How do we do this? We subtract 1 on both sides. So we have a 0.062, which is 1/2 R. Okay, so you multiply by 2, you multiply by 2, so we get R equal to, okay, that's what I have in my calculator. Okay, is this it? It's a rate, right? Let's see. You move 2 decimal places. We play this. This is a 12.4%. 12.4%. You're very generous. 12.4% paid to your friend. To borrow 2,500, promise to pay back 26.55 in 6 months. That's 12.4% interest. Are we okay with this? Do we understand that?
Where did you get the number 2 times 2? How did you?
On that too.
Because this is a 1/2 R. If you multiply by 2, that can be canceled out, right? Remember, we always divided by coefficient, so 1/2 here. If you feel not clear on this, instead of a 1/2 R, okay, instead of 1/2 R right here, let's write it 0.5 R. Is a 0.5 R better? So you divide 0.5 everywhere. Could it be better? So let me rewrite it in here. 0.5 R equal to 0.062. And you divide 0.5, you divide 0.5, you still have the same thing. So instead of say multiply by 2, or you divide it by decimal, that's okay too. Is it better, Eda?
So you just,
Take care of this coefficient.
yeah, but where did you get the number 2? How did you figure that out?
Oh, it's because it's a 6 month. Okay, so let me see. We make it this shorter, smaller. We can all see it. Okay, so we have 1.062, which is a 1 plus 1/2 R. So far, so good. We understand. We subtract 1, so 0.062 is 1/2 R. Okay, so far.
Yes.
I want to get rid of this 1/2. Okay, you multiply by reciprocal of half is 2. So you multiply.
Oh, okay, I see where you got it. Okay.
And they
Yeah.
are other.
You took it from the fraction. Okay. I understand.
Yep. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, any other question? Okay, so let's look at another one. All right, here's another one. Determine present value. So let's understand this question. Let's read it. How much should be put? Okay, so this is amount you put it now. In simple interest rate of 8% if you need $3,000 in 6 months. Okay, so parent. We do not know how much we put. Rate 8%, which is 0.08. You need $3,000 in 6 months, which is again half a year, right? Any question? How do we assign those numbers into the letters? Okay with this, Alexa?
Yeah. I guess I'm just still kind of confused on how we assign all the numbers.
Okay, how much you put it now? This is a present value. Okay, present value or principal. So we are looking for principal, And this is the future value. We need this $3,000 in the future. Do you understand this? Future value. In 6 months, it's time being. And this is rate. This is rate. Okay. And then again, when you assign those letters, it's easy to say parent. Okay. All right, so A equal to P times 1 plus RT. I want to substitute 3,000 is P, I don't know, 1 plus 0.08 times 1/2. Okay, just substitute, straightforward to substitute. Okay, here's the easiest thing you can do. Believe me, this is the easiest thing you can do. This is why we need a calculator like this. Okay, you can't work with your phone. Okay, calculator like this. You have to use no, you don't have to. Okay, so let's just do it. So instead of having order of operation, you just type 1 plus 0.08 times 1/2. Type it everything in one step. 1 plus 0.08 times 1/2. You just type it as it is. Can you see it? Okay, type it into one step. Enter. So you have altogether of this guy is 1.04, and this is a P, and that's 3,000. Are we okay with this? Okay, now how do we solve for P? Let me ask Adam. Okay, so this is similar to what we had at 1/2 R. Now here 1.04 P. How do you isolate P alone?
Divide it. Oh,
Divide it. Okay.
okay.
1.04, 1.04. So that can be canceled out. So P equal to, and you have a number. So you have a calculator. Alexa, you have a number?
I got 2,088.4. I mean, 2,884.
2,884. Any cent?
61.
So 3, 4. So let me see. I want to write it into cent. So 2,884.62 cents. Is that right? Okay, so meaning you borrowed $2,884.64. You're able to pay back in $3,000 in 6 months. 8% is really high. Now these days, what percentage is 0.03%, things like that. Okay, so problem 11, right here, problem 11. This is homework. This we discussed this on Monday. Problem 12, problem 13. Okay. 12, 13, right here. That's also in page 28. So we discussed this 14 as well. Okay, we discuss this next class.